So one thing I want to kind of show you here is a little bonus video on my environment and how I kind of set myself up. So one thing that you're going to, be very active in is the AWS website, the documentation, um, where you're actually in the products and services for AWS, which basically means that you kind of have a choice that you can do, a lot of the work inside of the actual AWS website, or you can basically do it from the command line. And one of the previous videos, we basically installed a command line. The command line, that normally kind of comes with Windows, you probably have referenced it by CMD, the command line. Um, some people, on Mac, I'm on Mac here, and some people kind of use tmux, and tmux is definitely a very, very good choice for um, a different type of command line. The one that I actually use is called iTerm2, and it's a very, very easy installation. You can sort of see it how you just download and you can basically install it from here. Um, I love this personally. I've been using it probably, maybe 10 years now. Um, it's very easy to use. It's very set up. If I basically go in here, what I can kind of do is you can sort of see. Just going to kind of minimize the window here a little bit so you can actually sort of see it. But basically, this is the iTerm2 environment. You can see here. You can actually go into your settings here. Um, I can create a whole different kind of profile. I can change the colors of each of these profiles. So, for example, if I want AWS study, I can go into here and the colors. I can make it, green, as I've kind of done, and then I can basically sort of say here, um, I can right click. Let's see if I can just do this for a second. I can right click here, and you can sort of see I can actually go into my AWS study here, and I get my green profile, right? So then I kind of know when I'm in AWS. So you know you can kind of go into settings, you can change the font, you can change the window, you can change the keys, you can do all of this kind of stuff in iTerm. I can kind of have like if this was where I was kind of studying before for Kubernetes, I could have master, I could have one kind of valid. I can delete them. I can go into my master 2. I can delete this one. I can keep one for my working. I can go into an AWS. I can have all different kind of settings. You can sort of see here, there's all different kind of types of settings that you can basically set. You know, but the other item that I really kind of love about iTerm2 is basically, I could be in here. So, in the previous one we installed AWS, right? And obviously, it's just giving you kind of some information about how to use AWS here. But, I can split vertically as well. So, this one here, I could be checking some type of resources. This one here, I could be checking, other types of resources. I could then basically be going in and splitting this window pane horizontally here as well. A lot of these kind of tmux emulators basically do all of this, but this is the one that I really kind of like. I enjoy. I find it really kind of easy, um, and really kind of makes my life easy as I'm getting into actual kind of studying of AWS, and especially something that as you get through this kind of series, you'll sort of see, you know, we'll do some things from the console, we'll do some things from the command line, because it's also very kind of important that you understand to get some kind of commands that you could actually automate later. So there's a kind of um, there's a kind of idea behind this that basically when you're actually doing it in the console, it's all gone and well, but when you're actually doing it from the command line, you're actually learning those commands, and then you're kind of thinking as well, how could I actually automate this in the future, right? So if I wanted to kind of sort of say, if I just cleared that and I sort of said, well, let me check AWS now. If I want to sort of say AWS help in here, how can I actually automate um, this type of idea, so it's all that kind of idea. So how you can basically get the best from your console, which basically turns into something, it could be a bash script, it could be PowerShell, it could be any of the scripted languages that basically just you know, or Terraform as well, that basically just sort of says, how can I automate the pull up the information that I really want kind of quickly. So it's just a really kind of quick introduction to iTerm, but that's what I use. And the reason I wanted to kind of show you was because I've seen some people basically with a Mac and they don't use iTerm, and um, some people just still kind of continue on the normal Mac terminal, but I find something like kind of iTerm2 much better and much stronger for for working in an environment where you can need multiple windows at one time. So hopefully that helps somebody.